What's going on, YouTube? It's your boy Kid Skeevy, back at you again with another video. Alright, so in today's video, what we're going to be talking about is the relationship between the US dollar and US30 and the best way to trade US30 to keep profits in your pocket, right? So right here we got the DXY US dollar index, right? We're on TradingView platform. I'm just going to identify and show you guys how I trade US30 and how I'm able to profit trading, right? And how I use DXY as a really main source on how I trade US30, right? So first thing we're going to start off with is the DXY US dollar index. Because if you don't know, DXY and US30 have an inverse relationship, right? So you're probably asking yourself, what does that even mean? Inverse relationship pretty much means that when you see the US dollar going up, you'll see US30 going down. When you see US30 going up, you'll probably look at US dollar and US dollars going down. Or shit. Dollar goes up, US30 goes down. Dollar goes down, US30 goes up. That's the relationship for the most part, right? Now, of course, since it is a stock-based, asset, you'll have moments where this relationship may be a little tweaked. And a lot of times that just depends on what fundamental news is going on in the markets, right? Is there a lot of fear in the markets? Is there a lot of skepticism? Like right now, you have a lot of talks on the recession, right? Recession and interest rates. So you have a lot of fear in the markets based on what's going to happen this year. Are we going to tailspin into recession? So you have a lot of investors pulling out investments. You have some people like this is a great time to buy. So we'll cover that in another video. Right now, what we're here to talk about is how we use US dollar to trade DXY. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to just clear this, right? I'm just clear it. I'm going to show you guys one thing on how we use this, right? So first, you want to start off on the daily time frame. You want to just see where the market is going, right? So you want to see, okay, are we uptrending, downtrending? Are we in a range? What's happening with the US dollar? Where's the US dollar movement been? And what are the major areas of support, resistance, or potential impact zones that will have an impact on US dollar, right? Will it pause at these zones or break through? So you want to have a identification and just a knowledge base of those, right? So we see US dollar was going down, down, right? And then we see US dollar starts going up, creating higher highs, higher lows, higher high, higher lows. And that's also a lot easier to see when you switch to the line chart. So we see higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And we see we kind of had a double rejection here, right? So we'll talk a little more about that. So switch it back to the candlestick chart. And of course, as the trade is developing, we're looking at this at a totally different light. But let's just take it for what it is right now and identify these areas that price has really been playing in, right? So boom, that's that higher high, higher low, have another higher high area here, another higher high area here, right? So I'm a naked trader, man. I literally trade price action, and I'm not really much into the indicators. Only indicator you'll sometimes probably see me use is the RSI, which tells you when the market is overbought or oversold. But 9 times out of 10, naked trading is the best trading strategy for me. And that's just naked trading is pretty much the understanding of price action, price movement, your fundamental news outlets, always play a part, as well as candlestick patterns and chart patterns, right? So we see, other than that, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher lows, higher highs, higher low. And we see price did fail to create a new higher high, but it is sitting in this kind of support area here. So we never know what we're going to do. It is 8:04, so U.S. market, stock market hasn't quite opened up yet. Opens up in about 25 minutes. So, of course, that can have a overline effect. We may see a different run, and we do have some news coming out today at around, I believe, 10 o'clock Eastern. So if we look here, right, we see, if you just look in the past 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 candles, we see on the 4-hour, we see prices been coming back down, right? We see overall kind of in this little area, still not breaking above, so it's not uptrending, staying below this previous up movement. So it's been in a downtrending form. If we take a look at US30, right, 4 hour, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right, we see price has been uptrending. That's because of that inverse relationship. So when you see the US dollar going down, you'll see that US30 going up. And really, we're just using price action. So we can clear this off as well, just showing you, okay, looking at the daily. When we look at the daily here, we see, okay, the big thing we first got to identify is we're having a range, right? Price isn't really creating too many swings. In fact, in terms of higher highs or higher lows, we see prices really ranging between this area here. Let me just copy this. In this area here, right? Price is ranging. Now, does that look a lot clearer when I say price is ranging? It's just bouncing back and forth between these two zones, right? And we see main identifier, price came back into this support zone and has bounced. And we see 1, 2, 3 for the last 3 days. Last 5 candles, we've been seeing that up movement, right? So we're seeing this up movement. We're just using price action, right? So we're identifying the higher highs, higher lows of movement, and then we're basing our trades off of that movement. So we're taking this, we're looking at DXY like, okay, I know we have potential to react to this potential support zone, either breaking through it, breakthrough, potential retest back to this level, or we could have a situation where we hit this area, come back, and have movement, something like this, right, on the bullish aspect. So that's our two aspects you look at. Whenever you're looking at the market, excuse me, you never want to marry a bias. So you never want to be overly committed to a direction. You just want to pay attention to what the market is actually telling you, what the candlesticks are telling you, what the zones and areas of interest are telling you, right? Same with the US30, especially since it is a stock-based asset, so it does follow the Dow Jones 30, which is 30 stocks. And when it comes to stocks, a lot of times you can have a lot of fear in the markets, a lot of skepticism, especially now that we have a lot of fear when it comes to, are we going to tailspin into recession, interest rates, things of that matter. So we're just identifying, okay, market was in this range, hit a support area, lower lows, lower highs, lower lows, lower highs. We see price has created a level where it's surpassed or surpassing an area that was previously a higher low, right? So you see we broke through this area. We see if we look at US dollar or if we look at US30, we can, if we switch to here, you can almost see like a head and shoulders pattern, right? So left shoulder, head, right shoulder, continuation to the upside, right? And this is where understanding chart patterns and candlestick patterns comes in play, especially when you're looking at the 1 hour. It becomes a lot more easily identifiable. And you also have here, you'll see, you know, I should learn how to use this tool better. But if you take a look here, we have two things. You know what this is? This chart pattern? A double bottom, right? So we see price created a bottom, came up, neckline, came back down, same area, boom, gave us a bullish engulfing candlestick. And this is where I'm saying understanding naked trading, price movement, price action. And this is where it is the most impactful because it allows you to see things like this, like identifying, you can almost say triple bottom here because you also have this bottom, the first initial bottom right here, right? So you can say made a triple bottom on top of the head and shoulders pattern that we seen earlier on the 4 hour, right? Doing that top down analysis. And now we're able to see like, okay, we have several confirmations that price is reacting to the upside from the support zone, right? And now we're just identifying what levels of interest should we be looking at. So bottom, now we see that this is a neckline, just going to mark this area up. And if you look over to the left, always want to look to the left, you see this area has actually played a major part. 32700. Always pay attention to your quarter point levels. A lot of times, especially when it comes to trading the foreign exchange market or any market, these quarter point levels, whole number levels, are major areas of interest, right? Major areas of impact. So paying attention to these levels, understanding how to identify these levels will help you a lot in the long run because we see, okay, price came down at first, rejected, came up, boom, came down, blew past it, or boom, rejected again, blew past it, came up, retested this area now as resistance, came back up, resistance, broke through, had a little area of support, broke through it, and then we came back up, and now we see price has been on the run since. So just being able to identify those type of movements in price action is going to help you in the long run. It also helps you identify areas where you'll have take profit levels and things like this. Like this would be a good take profit level if you were to get in this higher low movement, right? You would set your first probably take profit here at this last peak, and then second take profit to be up here at this peak if you wanted to hold this trade that long. And I can tell you, like I'm just perfecting my skills at this US30, and just building more confidence, right? Use a demo account, especially if you never traded US30, or if you just want to build confidence when it comes to trading, right? What the foreign exchange market allows you to do is create these demo accounts, and you can use these demo accounts like they're real accounts, right? Treat it like it's real. Now, your emotions will be different because there's not going to be any emotion like playing with your own money, making your own money, losing your own money. But what it does help you do is build confidence that you do have the skill set and the level to trade it. For example, I created a new demo account a week or so ago, and we see I got in on US30 on a mini lot here, dollar per pip, 924 pips in profit, $924 in profit, right? I closed out before these last two little candles because it's Friday. I just wanted to close out the trade. I wasn't really worried about what movement was going to do today. It's a demo account anyway, so it's not like I'm actually like hurting. But it's the confidence builder and things of that matter, right? So really, that's what I use. I'm using price action. I'm using price movement. I'm using the inverse relationship between the US dollar and US30. And also, main thing to keep in consideration when it comes to US30 is, since it is a stock-based asset, you have to pay attention to the fundamental things, right? Like market sentiment. What's the market feeling? Right? Are we in a fearful market? Is market very optimistic? Is there any earnings calls? Any major impacts? Is there Powell going to be speaking? All those factors play a part when it comes to US30 and trading in general. So you want to keep that in mind. But as far as what I'm using to trade US30, and typically any asset that I'm trading, is naked price action trading and just understanding price movement, right? So we'll probably dig deeper into understanding the price action, reading price movement, things like that in another video. But I just want to cover that relationship and that strategy and input when it comes to trading US dollar and US30, right? So with that being said, it's been a pleasure. Peace.